Good morning, collective. Welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist, and we're going to check in. Feel like things have lifted. There's some breakthroughs. A lot of the collective here is fed up with their cycles, with them damn self. And I said good morning, so you could be watching this obviously anytime, because you're not watching it right now. Because it's pre-recorded. And if you are watching this right now, anyway, but maybe this person wants to say good morning, right? I just got coffee from my favorite place around town. I'm usually up earlier than they are open, so I end up settling for either coffee I make myself, which if I make it myself in my own space, in like a house or a space that's not, I do instant on the road, right? Because that's just makes sense. But you know, if I do the whole French press or the percolator or an espresso, I usually do an espresso. But I've been settling for, you know, gas station coffee on the go. We got Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Aries right out the gate here with Temperance and the Fool. So yeah, somebody's tired of waiting. Temperance is waiting. It's trusting. And it's not that this person's tired of trusting. It's because they've waited that they now trust themselves to take a leap of faith into this relationship. I love the Fool, right? The song by Tegan and Sarah. So yeah, maybe somebody, this is your twin, but maybe you have a twin, a biological twin. Or this person could be like your birthday twin. Birthday sex. Anyway, you guys also have a very good birthday celebration. Because, and maybe you're someone who doesn't really like to celebrate your birthday, but you do a lot for other people's birthdays, or you really give a lot to, you might be very good at picking gifts or planning things for other people. Like, you love to make other people feel special, and this person wants to do that for you. So whether you have the same birthday or not, they're going to make sure that your birthday is special. They're going to make sure that every day is special, because I'm getting this good morning, and that's friends, where the neighbor's like, it's morning time. Like, maybe this is a morning person and you're not typically a morning person, but this person is going to kind of be your reason for waking up, and it's going to give you a little pep in your step. Or maybe you do this for this person. Maybe they were never a morning person, right? But the song by Tegan and Sarah is Fool for Love. And the beginning is like, dinna, dinna, dinna. And it's kind of, I got a salsa pack from Taco Bell this morning, and I was like, it's the new year. I'm going to indulge. Just going to treat myself. And I've just been feeling kind of crummy the last few days. The end of any cycle requires grief, right? It calls you to grieve, right? Any ending. So that's a past version of yourself. Maybe you were grieving the year. Maybe you were ending something, walking away from something. You have to grieve it. It does need that honor or whatever. But the salsa packet said, here we go again. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not repeating cycles. So I threw it back, and they gave me 3. And they all said, here we go again, here we go again, here we go. So I'm like, so there's something about repeating cycles and the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, so this could be a return. I feel like this is a return. And with that good morning, it's like somebody got a wake-up call. You were their wake-up call. Okay, Queen of Swords, because a feminine set boundaries here and said, no, I'm not going to take, maybe this is a very sharp-tongued masculine, or some masculine who just doesn't know how to express themselves. Shocker, right? Most people don't at all, but, masculines are really taught to not, male masculines are really taught at an early age, you don't speak. So if you're a female masculine, Maybe you grew up where it was like, suck it up, buttercup. You know, big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry. Well, this person's like, nobody puts baby in a corner. This person is asking around about you with the Three of Pentacles. They're asking maybe mutual friends, or they're like investigating. Wheel of Fortune, because they want to know how to return in the right way, because you called them on their nonsense. Maybe they were being a fool. Maybe they were acting a fool. And you're like, if you're going to be a fool, you better be a divine fool that comes in and offers me balance. You know, with this Temperance here, the angels are like, it needs to be reciprocal. It needs to, the cup has to pour back into the other cup. So maybe this masculine was kind of selfish. And I think maybe they were selfish because they had to be. Knight of Wands. Maybe they did everything themselves. And that became sort of the, you know, it's like humor is a coping mechanism, right? And maybe this person used, you know, running was their coping mechanism, or shutting down was their coping mechanism, because wherever they were, their words were never heard. They couldn't express themselves. They couldn't say, my feelings are hurt, and I don't think they were even given the words to describe that. They just, as a child, you know, like a baby, they just cry. They don't have the words for that. And it's up to the parents or the caregivers to decipher the different types of cries and the different types of, to meet the child's needs. And I think this masculine's needs were not met. Their basic human needs were not met as a child. And so they're like, in whatever way they process that, you know, they just never express themselves, because what's the point? Nobody's fucking listening anyway. And I think that got into a place of, I don't need anybody. I don't want anybody. And that's the lie they started to tell themselves. But the Chariot here, they're very guarded. And I think now the feminine is guarded. We'll see though, because with the Queen of Swords, she is the Queen of Swords feminine here is, okay, come to me softly is what I'm getting. I don't know if that's a song lyric or something, but no, this feminine Ace of Pentacles, and there's the Queen of Swords again. So they've been hurt. I think this masculine hurt this feminine. Because she's there, she's grieving with the swords there, and she has two swords now. So she was open to this masculine to begin with just the one sword. Maybe something about a red jewelry. But she had her hand open. She was like, I'll listen to you. So maybe this feminine asked the masculine, like, express yourself in one way or another. And they were like, no. How dare you ask me to express myself? That goes against everything I've taught myself, is that expressing yourself is wrong, it's bad, and that's the misconception they had. And it was a deep-rooted like mechanism, coping mechanism that they developed. Just like if you're someone who laughs at things, it's like then you just laugh at things you shouldn't. You could be dealing with a Leo or a Taurus. That just reminds me of my childhood friend. She and I, we could not be in like class together, you know, like we would just cause trouble. We wouldn't be able to be at like a funeral, or if somebody gives bad news and we're sitting there, we're going to laugh just because it's like the Joker, you know, it's like a compulsion. It's when you're taught to slap a smile on, when you teach yourself to cope with the chaos and the trauma and the tragedy and everything that's going on around you, and that becomes your thing, right? But then sometimes it's like you can never be serious, right? You're always making jokes, and it's like you can never be serious. So maybe this person, that's their coping mechanism, and this feminine was looking for truth. They were looking for honesty, and the masculine was like, ha ha ha, no, and they laughed it off and ran away. And now, but it's like they ran away, and then they're just watching though, like they're hiding behind a tree, and they're watching. There's a tree right next to me, so I'm kind of like, all right, sugar, if you're here, come and get it. Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? Yes, there's something very. And I was gonna say Red Bull. So yeah, you could be dealing with. There could be a Taurus, or you or your person could have strong Taurus placements. But with the red wings here, red wings. Y'all are freaks. Calm down. But Red Bull gives you wings, and I feel like this person gives you wings, right? And I just, and I always go back to that with Ever After. Where a bird may love a fish, Signore, but where will they live? And he said, well, then I shall have to make you wings. And he's kind of like, he looks like a saint, you know, he's very humble, but he's a great painter, you know, Signore da Vinci. And his Leonardo da Vinci, so Leo, right? Maybe the Ninja Turtles, right? And this person's like a ninja. But they're a very slow ninja as a turtle, right? Not the Ninja Turtles are slow, because they're fast as fuck. Maybe this person really loves pizza. Maybe the name Joe or Joey, Joseph. We like pizza. And maybe this person has a name. It could be a family name or some sort of name from like an angel or a biblical name, right? That just kind of like older name that doesn't really fit the time that they were born in, you know? So they don't, like, it's not a name that anyone else has, probably, or it's a very rare name. But anyway, we have the Nine of Cups here at the center of the feminine. So it's like, they see this. It's like feminines, if you're sitting over here in this Queen of Swords with the double swords, crying with the veil, you can't really see this person coming in. It's like they're going to come in with that Wheel of Fortune. They're going to come in. And I feel that the feminine does see this person as a possible wish fulfillment, right? Divine feminines only honor action, right? The vessel doesn't matter. None of that matters, right? It's all about the action. That's masculine energy, is action. If you don't have the action, it doesn't matter if you check all the boxes. It doesn't matter if you are cute. None of that matters. It's you need to, there's a third eye awakening here with the genie. This is also the movie 3,000 Years of Longing. Virgo. Idris Elba is a Virgo, and Tilda Swinton is a Scorpio. I believe that's their signs. So those could be placements that you're dealing with, but you've done this so many times, and it's like you've never been able to come into union. But he's a Jinn, and she is a writer. She's a reclusive writer. She actually acts more like a Virgo, and but he is, you know, it's this random thing. Maybe something about like your shopping. You could be at like a market or a thrift shop or somewhere where there's like trinkets, and you find something. This person could give you a gift. Again, if maybe your birthday is around this time, or you know, with the new year, Christmas, what's next? Oh, Scorpio making season. Valentine's Day is coming up. More scorpionic energy, but and then also Aquarius energy with February. But there's like this something very special. It feels like they're going to give you something very special that kind of represents your lifetimes together. But it's like this person's going to pop out. Maybe the name Jack, like Jack in the Box. Something with clowns. I feel like a few of you just cringed, but I love clowns, so so I have a fondness for them. So, but they're, you know, there's Jinn. He's got a lot of makeup and jewelry on. This person could wear a lot of gold. Mr. T, you know, something about tea yeah, like I'm getting like an old world market where there's like teas and spices and, you know, maybe it's going to be like a little Indian shop or market or something like that where there's a lot of really neat things. I don't know where she is when she meets him, but she's away on some book tour or signing tour or something. Anyway, but that come to me softly or come to me gently with the Page of Cups. Is that what I said? Come to me gently, come to me softly, I think. This is someone who's, yeah, this is Piscean energy here, but there's something about maybe costumes, because I'm getting like makeup, jewelry, costumes. Maybe that's something you or your person dabbles in, you know. But this is someone who's like, and it's also with the Joker and the mask and the clown thing here. It's like this person's wearing a fish costume and then they take the fish costume off. But it's like they're truly at their core, they're still a fish. Also the angler fish. There's only room in their cup for you, feminines. But when he takes his mask off, the Joker mask off, and then he's got the paint on, it's like, I think this feminine sees through this masculine. Like this masculine thinks they're clever, possibly. And the feminine's like, please, do you see my fucking third eye? Do you see all this Piscean third eye energy I've got here? I see you. I see through you. And it's like, you're so transparent. Like you're wearing this mask and this mask has everyone else fooled, but I know you're still a fish underneath. You're a fish wearing a fish. I mean, this is a little person wearing a fish costume, but this is their cup. And so it's like their truth is actually the fish. And this could also be like, yeah, this masculine could like try to come to the feminine and try to like change it up. Like they're trying to learn the feminine so that they can come in. And it's not like a trickster, because when they're actually around the feminine, they can remove that mask. There's some kind of message here about like they're so obvious. They think they're being slick, I think. They think they're being slick, but the feminine sees right through them. They can see, like, maybe you're pretending, maybe the masculine's pretending to be stoic or unbothered by the fact that this feminine walked away or set a boundary and basically forced them to rise to the occasion or not. But they're going to, with the Fool here, like they're going to come in. The mask is going to come off. They're going to stop playing. And there could also be a very specific message about the masculine is, with the Page here, there's possibly an age difference, but it feels with the fish that it's an emotional age difference, right? So that could be chronological, but, you know, for any of you single feminines out there, you know they can be any age, right? Any human can be any age and still act like a child, because emotionally we don't ever age. We don't. We logically age. And our logic, right, because this is the adult, the emotions are the child. And that is like, when these emotions come up, the logic is here to go, the intellect is here to go, okay, I see what's going on here. That's what shadow work is. You go and you say, I see what's going on here. I see what you need here. And let's work it out. Let's figure out like what this cry means. And so it's spending time with your inner child. And this masculine is like this masculine could have been presenting as emotionally erratic. And the feminine's like, your emotions are where the light is, because it's like they're showing them. The masculine had this awakening by interacting with this feminine, because the feminine was like the adult, or maybe they represented, maybe that was a trigger. Maybe this feminine somehow reminded them of their mother or their father, or someone that was around them during these times of chaos where they develop these coping mechanisms that are not serving them anymore. And so there could have been a trigger there, or it's like they represented the version of their parents that they never saw. And because they have these feelings of low self-worth, that they were taught that they were never enough, their feelings were invalid, and that they were wrong for feeling at all, probably, that this feminine, because this feminine was nurturing and this feminine had this light here, like, I'll show you. And it's coming out of the mouth of the fish, so it's something that the feminine said really, like, went through this masculine and into their heart space, their pink, a lot of pink, upper heart chakra. I don't know what I was going to say there. But it's because this feminine has, I think, done more work, more shadow work with that, using the higher chakras to evaluate, analyze, look at, understand, transmute the lower chakras, right? The lower frequencies, the human frequencies. They don't go anywhere. You don't obliterate or kill the ego. An ego death is a rebirth. The ego is reborn again. It's not the ego dies and you just don't have one anymore. That's fucking ridiculous. And when people talk about that, it just drives me crazy, because we are humans. We are celestial beings in a terrestrial body. We are always going to have an ego. So to be truly enlightened is to know that, and to work with the ego, because that's the inner child, right? The very human things. That's the child. That's the one who doesn't know and needs the guidance, and is struggling and reaching out and crying for guidance and not getting it. This feminine is like, you can do all that. You can expose all of your demons, shadows, inner child, all your emotions. Yeah, I think this masculine needs to be little spooned, you know? We have the Ace of Pentacles. This masculine realizes this feminine, and you both could be wearing a mask pretending that you're not bothered by this, but of course you both are, because this feminine's holding on to, and this always reminds me of Shrek. Oh, you're a girl dragon. Maybe the name Ed, or Eddie, the name Murphy. Right? I don't know what Eddie Murphy's sign is, but maybe that plays a role. But he plays all the roles in that movie, Norbit. I've never seen it, but he plays all the roles, right? And you're a girl who plays all the roles. What's that about? Yeah, it's like this feminine's presenting as being very, like, an intimidating dragon, but she just is like batting her eyelashes at this little donkey. There could be a height difference or like size difference. There's that age difference again, because it's like the donkey. So King of Wands, Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, the traveler, the warrior with the lovers, the warrior of love. It's like Knight of Cups energy. Yeah, Queen of Swords. There she is. She still has the two swords, but they're open again. There's like this, it's like the Sliding Doors. That movie is really good, Sliding Doors, with Gwyneth Paltrow. Where she goes one way or the other. There could have been infidelity, or somebody could have caught. But there's a version of her life that just goes on. Here we go again. It's the same cycle. And that could have been a fear with this connection. Like, this will just be the same as the rest of them. Everybody's the same. Right? Because that's my experience. That's my history. Everybody has been the same. But this is a new experience, right? This is not like anything that you've ever experienced before. That's what makes it your twin, not a karmic. But see, it looks like these glass doors are in front of her. And so I just get this image of like the doors opening and shutting. And then I also get Ace Ventura, where he goes, oh, you know, and it's like, there's no sound. So there's these windows. You could be playing like phone tag or passing each other, and it's like, oh, such and such just left. Maybe you go to a place, you like, again, have mutual friends, or you hang out at a very similar place, same places, and they're like, oh, such and such just left, and you're like, you know, that's why I came here, was to see such and such. But it's like there's these it feels like a missed opportunity, but it's just because the timing with the Wheel of Fortune, it's the timing that has to be right. And so it's like the feminine started out with one sword, then she's crossed the swords and she's like, no, I'm way too hurt. I can't do this again. I can't go through this again. And this could just be a general outlook on love, fear, or this could be directly related to this person, because this person could have pulled some shit that hurt the feminine. And then now, for whatever reason, because this feminine, I think, feels the growth and feels the shift in the masculine's energy, they're like, okay, I'm still going to have two swords, but it's like your worthy opponent, right? It's Kill Bill, where there's a lot of love there and respect. But it's tormented and it's possessive and it's jealous. It's very karmic. It's lower. There's no freedom there. So this could have been what you dealt with, or this could be the journey with this same person, right? But this is more about your journey in love, and all that other stuff coming to an end with this love. What do we have here? Something just came out in the reverse. The Hermit. So Virgo energy, but it's in reverse, so it could be more Pisces energy, with the Hanged Man being in that position and being the polarity sign of Virgo. This could also be somebody coming out of hermit mode. They're done being isolated. They're done being quiet. Somebody's ready to speak. Ten of Swords. Yeah, the end of silence, the end of deception, self-deception. There's the Chariot. See, the Chariot was coming out all armored up before. Now look at it. It's got three horsemen there, or three horses there. So it's a true chariot. And the Witch is also giving me Aries energy because of now I went to get his name and it just left me. Gladiator. Wow. Anyway, he's an Aries. I know his damn name. I've only said it like a million times probably. In my dreams. Three of Pentacles. Eight of Cups and Ten of Cups. Yeah, this is coming toward you. Somebody left something else. They chose themselves. Again, if you were in a cycle, here we go again. Eight of Cups is always about choosing yourself. Even if it's never about, in a divine reading, it's never about leaving one connection for another. That's not the intention. You leave the connection for yourself, and then the new connection is able to, there's room for it, there's space for it, that can truly honor the level of this connection. Because otherwise, you're discrediting it, you're dishonoring a connection by just staying in something else until that connection comes across. And that connection will not be available to you if you are not choosing yourself, right? So the Ten of Cups is long-lasting love and abundance and family and joy and pouring into each other, pouring into the self and each other. 2, 4, 6, 8. The 8-point star, again, that was coming up really heavy in yesterday's reading. So 8s, that's the infinity symbol that's over the Magician and in the Strength card. So that's Leo energy, and then it's Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, right? The infinity symbol. This is, and with the Eight of Cups, yeah, you've broken that cycle. Horse Thief. You've learned, the lesson has been learned. The world, yeah, we're done. We're done with that. We're done questioning. And I think with that turtle energy as well, with the world here and the turtle, that always, never-ending story. I can't think of the name of the turtle or the tortoise. But it is slow moving, but in that, the tortoise is like, we don't even care. It represents like a deity, almost like ancestors, God, the divine, celestial beings are exhausted. The memes of aliens looking at Earth like, what? And there are a ton of them where they're just sort of like disappointed, and they're ready for this love to come together. It's like you're not just gaining hope for yourself and this love and this union. It's for the collective. It's for the tree of life. Life bringer. Yeah, what is the name of the tortoise? They're called something like the entity. Like they have a name that's a collective name, and they refer to themselves as we, which is good in a partnership because we language is very healthy. How can we fix this? This person's going to work with you, right? And if you're struggling with things, it's fine. You just have to vocalize that you're struggling with things, because nobody can do anything with silence, right? Warrior of Shields. It's the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight. This is a slow moving person they have a method, and they need to make sure that the coast is clear, that it's safe, because I think love has put them in a place of apathy, deep depression. I mean, apathy is worse than depression, right? Diagnosed bipolar, I will tell you, and if you know, you know. Mania is usually like, oh, this is great, this is fun, you have a lot of inspiring ideas and blah, 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 and it's all heightened and aroused and everything's exciting. And then people think that depression, they often refer to depression as being like the opposite of that. And yeah, there's like the polarity again between two signs. So this could be your polarity sign. It's your twin either way. So they are your true polarity sign. Fuck. Say that one time slow. You can't, Nikki. But it's, for me, especially as an artist, depression works just like mania works, because I get different perspectives of creation, right? You can create from depression, you can create from rock bottom, but there's something about apathy that is, there's no creation, you have no care. At least when you're depressed, you care, right? You feel something. It's sad, it's low energy, but you feel something. I don't know. So it's for me, I have always found that the extremes or whatever are okay. There's something to learn. There is a service there. I don't know why I'm going on and on about bipolarity. Maybe that is something, maybe you or your person have some sort of diagnosis or some sort of mental disruptions, disabilities, or imbalances, we'll just say, right? Because I don't think anything's a disability. You just have to learn how to make it an ability for you, and it's usually your superpower, right? But it's the apathy which scares me. That's where the suicidal ideations come in, because it's like, logically there is nothing, and that's how the tortoise talks. It's like, we don't care whether or not we care. So there's a lot of deep despair in here. The Hermit again, but too much came out, so more Virgo energy. And that Hermit staying like a recluse, not wanting to socialize, not wanting to interact, not believing in love. It's just like, I don't believe whether or not I believe. There's kind of this and there's strength again in this deck with the Craftsman and the Thunderbird. So that's someone. This Craftsman is the Three of Pentacles again. So we have the Three of Pentacles twice, which is collaborating with friends. It's getting with others and gaining insight. But this one's the Craftsman, which also gives me Eight of Pentacles, because this is kind of how that Eight of Pentacles looks. It's somebody working on something, but this person's not doing it alone. And I think that there was a deep, deep loneliness and isolation for this masculine. Maybe for the feminine as well. But I do feel like the feminine has worked through that and they're not further into the process necessarily. It's just they've been at it longer, maybe, and that could be because of age, or that could just be because they're feminine, so they had more of a spiritual concept or spiritual foundation to work with, which is necessary for shadow work. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is that independent energy. Yes, I've always done everything by myself. Thunderbird. Now, thunder, we hear it is the sound lightning makes. Lightning bird. I just watched Nacho Libre not too long ago. This kind of reminds me of that. What are they? Luchadors? Is that what they call them? I don't. Maybe somebody is Mexican or of Mexican heritage here. That's kind of the same thing. But anyway, like something with ancestry. Or maybe you've always been drawn to the imagery, or this is the Native American tarot deck, which Native American and Mexican, that would be Aztec. There's something in there about, like, historically this person, maybe they were raised, maybe they didn't know a parent, or maybe they were raised through foster care or something. There's something about them as a child, like very fundamental, not knowing your birthday, your name, it's like Identity Thief I watched not too long ago, and she never knew her name, so she took on the identity of other people, literally took it. She became a taker. She became a very selfish person, but at her core she wasn't a bad person. Her needs were not met, and she was tossed around through foster care. She just didn't know. She didn't know who the hell she was. And then she said that was a lie. And that takes me back to the mask thing. There's something about, like, this masculine, like, plays peekaboo with their emotions. It's like they reveal something very vulnerable, and then they're like, psych, no. Because in that, she tells him this story. She's like, oh, and she tells it in a way where it's not really, she doesn't claim it. She's like, you don't want to hear a story about a child who was, like, left and doesn't know their birthday or doesn't know their name or anything like that, And then she goes, yeah, you believed that story. Because that's what I do. I lie. I'm just a liar. And I just did that song by Tool, Sober. So this could be somebody who's working through sobriety, working through some sort of addictions. Devil energy of any kind. When we know devil energy could be a Capricorn or have Capricorn placements, but devil energy is all-encompassing lower frequencies, right? It's the very human traits. It's all the sin. We're sinners out here. Like, maybe this person was like Southern Baptist or something, raised around a lot of religion or something, where there was Catholicism would be the one with the most shame. But anyway, yeah, and then she says Melissa McCarthy. So maybe the letter M, again, the alliteration. Y'all know I love alliteration. So there's poetry, music, and that's also the cycle, the repeating thing. M is also Virgo and Scorpio, the symbols for those two signs. So, but yeah, she's like, oh, you believe that because you're an idiot and because I'm a liar, But you get this sense that she really revealed a truth. That is her true story, and it makes the most sense for why a good person would do bad things, right? And this person has always been told that they're bad. 8 again here. Warrior woman. Oh, Vessels. 1 of Vessels, which is the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Blades. So Ace of Swords, somebody is going to communicate their emotional availability. I'm going to show it because I mark my videos not for kids, right? So we've all seen titties here, or we have them, right? I'm not going to cover that. I don't censor. That's bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous. That's why we all are like so fucked up, because everything tries to get censored, and it's like, let's just be free. Anyway, I get a very powerful energy from this feminine with the warrior woman. It's the warrior woman. It's the Five of Cups. This is someone who has been disappointed in love over and over and over. And that's why her blades keep coming with the Queen of Swords. That's why she keeps doing this. You know, and she's got this little knife here. But she's completely vulnerable and exposed. It's like this last-ditch effort. It's like one more try. Phil Collins, one more night. One more night. Give me just... And I love his song, Groovy Kind of Love. When I'm feeling blue, all I have to do is take a look at you. Then I'm not so blue. There's something about this feminine's passion, but reserve. They have like a passionate reserve, or reserved passion. Something about that. I don't know what that means, but it's like this last-ditch effort. Like, you know what? I'm going to stand here in fidelity. Because it's like there's this loyalty to this connection, even though you're in separation. Which is rare that anybody has any sort of loyalty to a connection when they're in it. So much less when they're not in it, in the 3D. There's a loyalty to this, and so it's like a last-ditch effort of like, here's my bare, vulnerable self. And it's almost like a war cry. It's like the final battle cry of... Also, I feel like this feminine, there could be some pride here, Pride and Prejudice. There could be some pride here, and I feel like the feminine is relinquishing. There's something about the masculine revealing this moment. Come to me softly, when they reveal this vulnerability. And they may reveal it and then back away. They might put that fish head back down, right? They might be like, oh shit, I revealed too much. But it's like all that they can muster. And then they need, oh my gosh, I'm like quivering in my heart space right now, because it's like, they need this feminine to show them titties. No, they need this feminine because I think they've just dealt with so much disloyalty. Loyalty is very important to this masculine, and as it should be to any divine union and any person in the world. More Leo energy at the center with the Strength card and that 8, getting that 8 of Pentacles. But it's this cycle. This is a new cycle. This is completely new. Oh God, I love this warrior woman, because she's bearing it all. She sees the little glimmer, and that's all that she needs. She's like, okay, message heard, received, gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down, masculine. And you know what? I'm willing to be a fool for this love. And if you still run, then that's it. It feels like one more chance, one more night. Just give me one more night. So maybe you're going to be spending a night together. And that will kind of be that will seal the deal. Empress. Yeah, because that's in Strength. So Leo, Taurus, and Libra. And then Cancer with the Chariot again. And then the never-ending story, you know, it's the Empress. Bastion, call my name. Oh, he's gonna call your name. And I did not even pull out my colored cubes, but brown came out here. So a lot of earth energy and root chakra, right? Which is letting go, releasing. That 8 of Cups here. Choosing yourself. I feel like by choosing this love, you're choosing yourself, though. Because by choosing this love, you are saying to yourself, your ancestors, to all who will witness this love or feel this energy in the collective, that you are worthy of this love. I am worthy, by saying I am worthy of this love, right? That shifts the energy of everyone else making I am statements, right? This love is like an affirmation to the universe. And so you're used to running away, and you think, oh, I chose myself, but then you're actually depriving yourself of opportunities, of connections, of love. And this love, it's like, if you don't choose this one, you are a damn fool and not a divine one. Obviously use your discernment, your free will, and all those cool things we have. But if you resonated with this, I feel like you already know, yeah, I would be a damn fool. And the masculine definitely knows, like, I've played with this feminine enough. And I don't think they've been playing in a toxic way or intentionally manipulative. It's just they don't know any better. They've never been taught any better. So this feminine is actually leading this connection a lot more. NF, ZK, and a blank card. So those are maybe some letters. KC and JoJo. What's that song that she sang? Is it Casey and JoJo? Or JoJo? Did she sing? Oh, I can see it. I can see the video and everything, and fudge cakes. I don't remember. Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late. Can't wait. So, oh gosh. Now I don't know what the words. I have to listen to the song and everything to get a sense of what the message is there. But yeah, anyway, that's get out right now. Yeah, maybe somebody was like, get out, or they left, they walked out. It's the end of you and me. And I don't know if there's like a happy ending to that song or whatever, but that could be that masculine working through toxic connections that were just reaffirming that poor self-esteem. It's really low self-esteem. Sealing your chakras. So we have the third eye, the throat, and the heart here. I looked at the throat. Maybe they really like your throat or your neck. Oh, there's a freak in here. There's at least one of you that's because I keep getting some real freaky stuff. So the throat, I'll do the throat and the heart because I feel like the third eye awakening is what prompted the need to speak on the heart. Because it's like if you're receiving with that temperance at the center here, that's the crown chakra, Sagittarius, Jupiter. And so if you're getting messages but your third eye is blocked, you don't even see what these messages mean. That means there are synchronicities, there are messages and downloads and everything coming in. But if you're blocked here and you're not willing to see it because you're either calcified or you're looking too much through these eyes, superficial stuff, terrestrial sight, then your celestial sight will be blocked, and then nothing's getting down here. So it's like you could be with the sliding doors, you could have been around this person, but they were just so blocked and focused on this kind of stuff. So, your person may look different than you expected, right? But it's like they weren't even seeing it, and the universe is like knocking. I feel like they started with a tap. They're like, hey, that's your person. Hey, you're getting close. Hey, don't go down that road. Hey, go that way. Don't go that way. She should have kept on going down that way. She'd have gone straight to the castle. It's like, nope, just a worm. Yeah, and maybe like worms, caterpillars, which turn into butterflies, or moths. Those could be symbols for you, and it's like you know. I'm that person, like anything that I see, I'm like, that's a sign. That means something. That means everything. And so maybe this person just, because they didn't have that same spiritual foundation as a masculine because of their life experience and their upbringing, and maybe they had feminines around them, maternal influences that were in their masculine energy, and then in lower frequencies, lower chakra operating, right? They could have been, maybe they were Capricorn, or they have, those lower chakras operating from those. I'm not saying all Capricorns operate from those. I'm just saying that is a tendency, okay? In tarot, I didn't make the cards, okay? Maybe I did in a past life. Anyway, and now I have a stellium of Capricorn, so maybe you have a stellium of Capricorn. If you're out there, holla. So it is something that, we're challenged with when you have those. Just like Temperance, Sagittarius, they're challenged with like seeing the signs and patience, right? Sagittarius, like, Virgo being the Hermit, it's like they are challenged to inhabit that and then overcome it and come out into the world, and balance that need for isolation. Like, I won't get into all of it, but every single sign, their setback, their challenge is their strength. It is their superpower. Anyway, did I lose it? I think I just lost the train of thought. The Polar Express has left the building. Elvis, he's January 7th or 8th or something like that. Capricorn. Capricorns. But yeah, they maybe just didn't have maybe the masculine didn't have very soft, because it's that come to me softly. I think that the masculine didn't have very soft. This is someone who's probably never made love. The intimacy has really been kind of fractured. Their ability to connect, heart to heart, conversations, expression, feeling. They might love, and their love language could be physical touch, but it's been mutated. Their way of loving has been mutated because of the feminines that influenced them early on. And so to be confronted by a divine feminine, I think it hit this masculine. So this is 4 and 5, the numbers here. Throat chakra. When you are ready, move your right hand to an inch in front of your throat chakra. At the base of your neck, visualize the disc of dazzling white fire activating your throat chakra as you rotate your right hand in a clockwise direction. See and feel this 16-petal chakra, an intense blue, as it is energized, purified, balanced, and healed. This is sealing your chakras. So this is a protection and energy, purification, balance, healing. And that's what you're visualizing there. Got it? Okay. Heart chakra. With your left hand, this is going to be like patting your head and rubbing your belly or whatever. With your left hand still in the center of your chest, over your heart chakra, move your right hand to an inch over your heart chakra. Feel the light charging your heart chakra as you rotate your hand. Feel the light intensifying through your 12 petals of this radiant pink chakra. You can take several deep breaths. Oh, I can I? So, and that's what you're going to be visualizing for the heart. And that's a 6-point star in there. I don't know why I said starred like. Oh, and then soul. I free myself from old patterns by forgiving myself and others. Forgiveness. And that's in italics here. Standing out in this thing, which I will not read, but maybe there was a lot of grudges held by this masculine that were actually holding them back from this healing. And there's something very forgiving and generous of spirit. Generosity. Family stone. The family stone. Generosity, Amy. Generosity of spirit. And she is such a brat or whatever. maybe you're the youngest, or one of you is the youngest. The Lovers. That's right, baby. The Lovers, the Sun, and Judgment. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you both have options. That's never going to be an issue for either of you, I don't think. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what to do. Well, not unfortunately. It's probably better that I don't try to tell you what to do, because I don't know what you should do. You know what you should do, though, and you got to use your discernment and based on your experiences. But if you feel like this was true, and the person that you're dealing with comes back with honest, open communication, and you feel like you can move forward with that information, you can move forward with that expression, and that there's healing to be had, then, why not? Oh, one of my favorite movies, We Bought a Zoo. Why not? Why not? Every amazing, incredible thing that happens in your life always starts with like that why not, the willingness to just make an ass of yourself. Also serendipity. And what was, somebody else said that, and I think it was a female in a movie. She says, if you're not willing to be a fool for love, then you don't deserve it. Or if you're not willing to make an ass of yourself or something, then you don't deserve it. But it's the friend. There's some sort of friend here, maybe. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Maybe that's you or your person. But there's some sort of friend here that is like, and maybe they've been in a relationship for a long time, so they're giving you advice from a place that's like, I fucked it up with my situation. Or maybe they ended something because, maybe something ended because they messed up. Wow, this reading got a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm not surprised, though. It's me. So yeah, maybe something got a little bit more like out of hand in their life because they didn't express it. And it's like they're telling you, you just have to go for it. Don't mess it up. Don't make the same mistakes. This could be the person that raised them, right? Their parent, guardian, caretaker. This could be somebody from their childhood who is actually coming back. They're going to ask for their forgiveness, possibly. So there could be a lot of heavy familial healing going on in this connection, because they're like, I see what you're doing here, and I know that I played a role in that, why you feel like you don't deserve this love, or any love, and I'm here to tell you, like, don't fuck it up. Don't do what I did. Don't do as I say, don't do as I did. Just, choose your match. Like, yeah, I'm feeling a lot for this masculine, like, that's doing a lot of familial healing. And again, I don't think that the feminine's like got it all figured out or anything necessarily. They're presenting very strong in that Queen of Swords, so they have boundaries. I think the feminine has already done a lot of that work of saying no, not people pleasing. I just saw a bumper sticker that said like people pleasing mode, and it's a little on-off switch, and it's to off. I was like, yeah, I like that. So I just think the feminine has been doing this longer. Whether there's an age difference or not, there's definitely that emotional difference. So the feminine understands that this masculine is doing this, but it's almost like third time's the charm. I'll make a fool of myself, but I'm not gonna make an ass of myself, right? I'm not gonna keep letting you do this to me. If you are willing to do the work, I'm open to trying again. If you're not, or if you come in half-heartedly, I'm gonna sniff that out right away. I'm gonna sniff that out, and I'm not going to do that because it's new year, new me, bitch. No, I don't know. There's that humor, because it hurts too much and it's just not worth it. And if your person is not rising to that divine frequency, then it's not your person. So I'll leave it 59:59. Thank you for your energy, your support. I appreciate everyone that's been here through however long you've been here. If you've been here since my previous channel, if I've done personal readings for you, in-person readings for you, those are my favorite. Or not, if you just tuned in now, welcome, thank you. I appreciate all the support, and until next time, I wish you well.